like to welcome all the participants in this webinar, MSCA Staff Exchange webinar for Africa, in collaboration with MSCA.net and French entities for MSCA. This info session is designed to provide participants with valuable information and advice on preparing competitive project proposals in the MSCA Staff Exchange. I am Dr. Ahmed Malel, and I am the regional representative of Euraccess Africa. I would like to thank our speakers for today. Engineer Chaldova is the French national contact point for MSCA, and just Equer, the local assistant of Euraccess Africa. Your questions must be submitted in Zoom. The webinar will be recorded and will be available on Euraccess Africa website as well as the slides. So now we give the floor to Precious. So Precious, the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed. Good day, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. So I'll share my screen with you in a bit. Okay, so my name is Precious Ekwere, and I am the local assistant for Euraccess Africa. I'm also a postdoctoral researcher at the University of the Western Cape, Cape Town, and the current African chapter chair of the Maria Curie Alumni Association. So I happen to have benefited from the program you're about to listen to, Staff Exchange. That was what qualified me as a member of the Alumni Association. So today I'll be presenting to you Euraccess Africa. Euraccess Africa is part of the Euraccess Worldwide. And Euraccess Worldwide is an initiative of the European Commission, and it was established with the aim to provide free access to information. So information like this on how to apply for the staff exchange about research in Europe. So we also are here to provide opportunities for research funding for people within our network and everywhere, Africans as a whole. And also for international collaboration, we help speed up international collaboration and transnational mobility. So we link researchers worldwide to Europe, that's the initiative. And then furthermore, the network is open to all nationalities and research fields. So Euraccess Worldwide has 9 hubs, from North America to Australia and New Zealand, and Euraccess Africa is part of the 9 hubs. So what are the main tasks for us in Euraccess Africa? Number 1, management and development of the Euraccess Africa network. And we do this by building partnership with African researchers and research institutions and organizations. We also do this by promoting research mobility between African researchers and Europe. Also, another of our priority area is in support for African researchers. So we provide support majorly by providing information, advice, assistance to African researchers. So this is the hub where you get all information about research opportunities available to African researchers in Europe. We also provide support in the career development of African researchers at all stages of their career, and it's also interdisciplinary. So those that are already working in Europe, we have also something for them. That means Africans in diaspora. In our network, you'll find something available for you. Also, we promote Europe research opportunities in Africa. And we do this by raising awareness of European research opportunities among African researchers and research institutions. So we create awareness because a lot of times there are so many fundings available, but people are not even aware, so they cannot take advantage of those opportunities. So we are here to provide awareness so that when a call is open, you are our first go-to place to hear about an open call or a recently opened opportunity. We also support the participation of African researchers in European research projects, like those projects that are tailor-made for African researchers, like the Pillar 1 and 2 of Horizon Europe, the African Initiative 2 program, and the Mediterranean Initiative. So these are programs that African actors are needed to play massively or hugely. We bring this awareness, we show you how to go in, how to support, how to get collaborations. We also reinforce the networking with all research institutions and African actors. So we do this by organizing events like this and activities that promote network and collaboration. We also facilitate the exchange of information and expertise between the two regions, that is Africa and Europe. So if you go to our UXers worldwide portal and you go to this worldwide icon here, you click on Africa, it will take you to our page. Then please sign up for free membership to UXers, because you have the ability to get our flash notes, and you will always be on top of the information. You will know when we post, you will get alerts when we have new opportunities available for you. So these are all the events we have. We host information session, face-to-face. We have a lot of face-to-face events in different African countries. We do them in Kenya, we go to Egypt, we've been to South Africa. Our UX South Africa Day also takes place in different countries in Africa, like in Rwanda, also in Kenya. And then we have specific core information, like what we are doing now. The MSCA staff exchange program is open. We are giving you leads on how to apply and make sure your grants get selected. So we have those targeted core workshop, like the MSCA postdoctoral fellowship. We gave tips and tricks on how to go about it. We had African Day 2 in Ethiopia, in Kenya, and in South Africa. So the beautiful thing is also that we present you with a certificate of attendance when you attend our event. So what are we? We are a networking platform. We bring together researchers at different career stages and from different fields. So our network is that of all researchers. We have reliable source of information and ideas on research and innovation job funding and hosting opportunities available to researchers in Europe. We also help talented European and international researchers explore and create transnational ties with researchers, employers, and scientific community. We also help develop career within the global research and innovation system. So building from our previous achievements in 2003, we are focused on promoting African Initiative 2 in the context of Horizon Europe program for key African stakeholders. So we also help to enhance collaboration in science, research, and innovation between Europe and Africa. Like some of these programs, like the African Initiative 2, sometimes the European researchers, the people from the member states, they're looking for African actors to add to their project for it to be accepted. So this is a platform where you make yourself visible. So when this consortium is being built, you will be called upon. Our network provides that visibility for you and your institution. We also promote European leadership in science and in innovation, and also reinforce the networking with all researchers and African actors. We are about networking, we are about providing information, we are about collaboration. So what can we do for you? UX South Africa, as a body or as a network, we promote EU national research landscape. We also promote EU funding opportunities. We promote the UXS network. We invite speakers from the network, like we are doing today. We connect researchers with research labs. How can we work together? We can work together by you inviting us to present in your bilateral event. So when you have an event, you have a number of people you want to create awareness to about the opportunities available to them in Europe, please call on us, invite us to your event. We'll be happy to present. We also you can also forward us requests about EU funding to go to your countries. Tell us how we can support you further. So we are open to suggestions. We are open to however more you would like us to help you. So the tools we use are our website. We have a robust website, and we always update it with new information. We also use our social media handles. We are active on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. So we're also on YouTube. We use our social media handles effectively. Then flash notes, we send flash notes on a weekly basis about the recent opportunities in Africa and about general news of that is suitable for researchers, what you need to know about the policies of research in Europe and all of that. So we also use information sessions like this to create awareness, to tell researchers about opportunities available to them. We also have practical workshops like our UX's Days physical event. We do hands-on trainings on how you can use different tools, different portals, and equip researchers generally who want to be more mobile. So this is an example of our website. You find news there. You also find our recent events on our website. In the UXers portal. So currently, our UXers portal have so many visitors. We have like 2 million visitors per year, and our website reaches about 1.2 million page views monthly. And it's free. It's such a huge network. It's such a huge platform. It's free for use. We employ you and enjoin you to come on board. You can also look for jobs there. Currently, we have more than 93,000 research positions published as at 2021. You can also find partners there. I mentioned building consortiums. So you want to apply for a grant, you can look for partners there. You can register your organization so that you can be more visible. So when partners are looking for you, they can find you. So it's a collaboration platform. Yeah. Your organization can be searched for and found if you register on our platform. So join us today so you can stay informed, be a proactive researcher, be a researcher that's ready to collaborate, that is ready and high on mobility. If you are that person, click on this button and join our community of researchers today. And more so, it is free, it is easy, and it is valuable. So what are you waiting for? We welcome you on board, and we hope that you will achieve your mobility dreams this year and beyond. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your time. That would be all. Ahmed, over
Thank
to
you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Precious, for this nice presentation about your Access Africa services. So now we give the floor to our main speaker. Mrs. Sklodowska, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, and thank you very much for inviting me to this webinar. It's a pleasure for me to speak today about the MSCA Staff Exchanges action. So my name is Eugenia Sklodowska, and I am the French national contact point for Marie Sklodowska Curie actions, and also the French delegate to the Program Committee for Horizon Europe for the MSCA as well. And I'm also a member of the MSCA network, which is the network of the all national contact points for the MSCA from different countries. So now I will share my screen. And so the scoop of today's presentation is the action MSCA staff exchanges. But let me just introduce first the MSCA program in general. So I would like to start with this quote of Marie Sklodowska-Curie, who told that you cannot hope to build a better world without improving the individuals. And I think that this quote defines quite well the spirit of the MSCA program, where actually the individuals, the researchers are in the heart, the researchers and their careers. So when building your project, keep in mind that what is the most important in your project is the impact of this project on career of the involved researchers. Why to participate to the MSCA Staff Exchanges project? What is the interest of this action? So in my opinion, there are several reasons to be interested by this type of action. First of all, it will help you to develop new competences and skills in the frame of international mobility. As a laboratory, you can attract foreign researchers in your team and benefit from their experience. It allows you also to implement a collaborative research project, a project you cannot just perform at the level of a unique organization or a unique team that needs to have a large consortium with different competencies. It will also help you to develop your network and to gain visibility through this international collaboration. It may also allow you to build or strengthen your link with the non-academic sector. And if you are a company, it can also help you to develop new products and innovate thanks to the international expertise that you will benefit from in the frame of this project. So the MSCA program is a part of Horizon Europe program, which is the main EU funding program for research and innovation, covering the period from 2021 to 2027. The main features of the MSCA program is first that it is a bottom-up program, so it's open to all research areas. Another important feature is that this program is not only about research, but it's also about trainees. So the trainee will always be an important part of your MSCA project. So you will need to foresee specific actions to help to allow the development of skills and competencies and the research, the career development of the involved researchers. It is also about mobility. So each of 5 MSCA actions requires mobility, which is either international or intersectoral or interdisciplinary. Another feature of this program is to promote the attractiveness, the attractive working and recruitment conditions. It is also about to have a structuring impact on organizations. So, which means that by participating to the MSCA actions, the organizations should improve their internal procedures to whether it is about recruitment or working conditions or training of the researchers or cooperating with non-academic sector. So all these best practices from the MSCA project are supposed to remain in the organizations and to have this structuring impact. And another feature is the cooperation between academic and non-academic sector, which is strongly encouraged. So there are 5 Marie Sklodowska-Curie actions. One is called doctoral networks. Another one is called postdoctoral fellowships. There is also the co-fund action and MSCA and citizens. And today we will talk about the MSCA staff exchanges action, which encourage short-term international and intersectoral exchanges of researchers and innovation staff through collaborative projects in Europe and beyond. So the objectives of the MSCA staff exchanges project are, so there are several objectives. One of those is to encourage international, intersectoral, and interdisciplinary mobility of research and innovation staff, called secondments, to stimulate knowledge transfer between participating organizations, to boost collaboration between academic and non-academic sector, and finally, to encourage cooperation across the globe. What is the added value of the MSCA Staff Exchanges projects? So there can be the added value for staff members, for the researchers involved in this action, and also for organizations involved in those projects. So for staff members, the added value may be transferable skills and competencies that will be gained through the participation to this project. The international exposure that helps to create new links and develop new partnerships, the new career perspectives and improved employability, networking and communication, and also, for example, for non-academic actors, the ideas that may be converted into products, processes, and services. And for the organization, it is, of course, transfer of knowledge, which may be useful for whole lab team and not only people involved in the mobility, because you will host the foreign researchers, collaborative networks, and also the improvement of research and innovation capacity. So I already mentioned several times intersectoral cooperation and academic and non-academic sector. So now just let me specify what is actually meant by academic and non-academic sector. So academic sector is defined as academic sector will include actually the organizations which are either higher education organizations, research organizations, or international European interest research organizations. And all the organizations which cannot be considered as academic sector will be defined as non-academic sector. Which means that non-academic sector will include not only companies, private companies, but also, for example, associations or NGOs, or also international organizations. And so for staff exchanges, there are specific rules concerning the participation of academic sector and a non-academic sector, which are the following. So the consortium should include minimum 3 legal entities in 3 different countries, 2 of which should be must be in different EU member states or associated countries. And if all the organizations are from the same sector, there must be at least 1 organization from non-associated third country. In other words, if you have a consortium with 2 academic organizations in Europe and 1 participant from a third country, so this consortium would be eligible. A consortium with only EU member states or associated countries, but with different sector representatives will also be eligible. And a mixed consortium with including both academic and non-academic partners from both EU member states, associated countries, and third countries will be also eligible. And mobility will be eligible either between, on the one hand, EU member states and associated countries, and on the other hand, third countries, or between organizations from academic sector on the one hand and from non-academic sector on the other hand. Just please know that mobilities between different third countries will not be eligible, but only between third countries and member states of EU and associated countries. So maybe I just be back later to this slide and tell you now a few words about different countries and the rule concerning the participation of different type of countries to the MSCA, and more particularly to the MSCA staff exchanges. So the EU member states is just easy, so it's 27 EU members. Then I mentioned associated countries. So these are the countries who signed the association agreement to participate to Horizon Europe. And among African countries, there is Tunisia, that is already associated, and there is also Morocco, which currently has its association agreement in process. And all other countries are considered as third countries. And there is also a little particularity concerning their participation, is that among third countries, which are not member states and not associated, there are some countries which will be automatically eligible for funding in Horizon Europe, which are listed here. So you can find this list when from the link on the bottom of my presentation. Sorry. If you follow this link, you will find this list. And so here you can see that most of African countries are eligible for funding. Actually, all of them will be eligible for funding, either as third countries or either as associated countries. And there are also some countries which will not be eligible for funding, which are considered by the European Commission as high-income countries. So, for example, are the United States of America or Japan, Australia. So these countries can also participate, but they will not have a budget from Horizon Europe. So now I'm back to my presentation and to the rules of the staff exchanges action. So now let's talk about the staff who can take part to this mobility action. So it is not only for researchers actually, but also to maybe also open to participation of administrative staff and managerial staff or technical staff, which are involved in research and innovation activities in the frame of your project. The rule to respect is that each participant, each staff member who will participate to mobility in the frame of staff exchanges project must be actively engaged in research or innovation activities for at least 1 month before to go for secondment. So someone who has just been recruited will need to wait for 1 month before to go to the first mobility in the frame of your project. It can be researchers at any career stage, both doctoral and postdoctoral, and senior researchers can participate. Each staff member can go to mobility for the duration from 1 to 12 months. So it can be only one mobility, or it can be split into several stages. Also, during this mobility, the staff member needs to be devoted full time to the action. And finally, after the secondment, staff should return to the ascending institution to make them benefit from the knowledge they will acquire during this mobility. Now let's talk about what kind of mobility is eligible and not eligible. In this table, you can see in the horizontal line the hosting, different type of hosting institutions, and in the vertical line the different types of sending institutions. So you can see that, for example, secondments from academic organization in member state or associated country to, for example, associated partners eligible for funding will be eligible. Sorry, yeah, maybe I will for a moment just skip this slide and explain what is actually meant by associated partners and beneficiaries. So the consortium, to participate to the staff exchanges action, you must be a consortium, so there cannot be only one institution. It must be, as I already said, a minimum 3 independent legal entities established in 3 different countries, among which minimum 2 based in your member state or associated countries. And so there is a definition of beneficiaries and associated partners. So there will be different categories of partner organizations. So the beneficiaries in these actions will be legal entities established in EU member states or Horizon Europe associated countries. And associated partners will be legal entities based in third countries. So even if your organizations are considered as associated partners, if you are in a country which is automatically eligible for Horizon Europe funding, this means that you will have a specific budget dedicated to the mobility of your team in the frame of this project. So the duration of the action is maximum 4 years, and the EU contribution is maximum 360 mobility months per project, which corresponds to maximum €1,655,000 per project. And there should be no more 40% of the budget going to the same country. So there should be some balance of budget distribution between different countries. And now I go back to this table, which will be more easy to understand with the definitions. So the mobilities from the academic organizations in, for example, member state or associated country to associated partners eligible for funding will be eligible. The mobility from non-academic organizations in member states or associated country to associated partners eligible for funding, or even to associated partners non-eligible for funding, will be both eligible. So which means that, for example, if in your consortium you have some countries which are not eligible for funding, they will still be able to host the staff members from the partner organizations based in the countries which are either member states or associated countries. And if you are a legal entity based in a country eligible for funding, so yes, associated partner eligible for funding, your mobility will be eligible to go to academic organization in member states or associated countries, or to non-academic organizations based in member states or associated countries. So I would say that the most important message to retain from this table is that your mobility, if you are based in an African countries, your mobility will be eligible in most of cases, except what will not be eligible is the mobility between different third countries. So I already commented this slide, so I'll skip it now. And this one as well. And now let's see more in detail what is actually funded. So the funding for the MSCA actions, and including for the staff exchanges action, is made in the form of flat rates, which is quite easy, which makes it quite easy to calculate and then further to report. So as a participating organization, you will have right to the following flat rates. So the funding is will go first to the project coordinator and then distributed among different project partners. So the organization will receive funding corresponding to the mobility of their staff members. And so for 1 month of mobility, each partner will receive €2,300 of top-up allowance, which is destined to cover mobility-related costs. So it is a monthly flat rate of month of mobility. Each researcher involved in mobility will have right to this flat rate. So if he or she spends less than this amount, the organization will have, in any case, to pay this amount to the researcher. And if the researcher spends more than this, the organization will need to cover it from some other sources. And there are also institutional unit contributions that you can see in the columns on the right. One of those flat rates is called the research training and networking contribution, and this flat rate should be used to cover different costs related to research or training for example, the purchase of some consumables or some short trips of the team members, or invited speakers for some trainings, for example. And management and indirect contribution, which go to the organization which will go to the organization, and the organization should use to cover management costs related to this project, such as, for example, visa expenses for the researchers, or it can also be shared among participants to fund, to partially fund a position of a project manager. And so just to have an idea of your budget, you should just multiply the sum of those 3 flat rates by the number of person months you plan to ask for your organization. So now let's see more in detail what is the proposal that you will have to submit to apply to this call, and what is expected there. So the proposal is composed of the part A, including the administrative data, and the part B, which is the description of the action. And it should also include the commitment letter from the associated partners. So the reference documents of the call that I strongly advise you to read, even if you are not the project coordinator, are, so the guide for applicant is very important to understand the rules. The MSCA work program, the part which concerns the MSCA staff exchanges action, the proposal template. So those are the 3 documents that you must absolutely read. And then you can also find some useful information in the Horizon Europe program guide, or by checking the frequently asked questions. And if you want to know more about the contractual obligations linked to the participation to this type of project, you may consult the model grant agreement. All those documents can be found on the Funding and Tenders portal of the European Commission, and it is also through this portal that you will apply to the call for proposals. So to apply, you need first to go to the call page. You'll find a link here for it. Then you will find in the general information part the information about the call. In condition and documents, you will find all those documents that I just explained. And then there is also a functionality that allows you to search partners for this call. So you can find it directly from the call page. So then to submit the proposal, so actually the coordinator will be the organization will register the proposal and then add the partners. And to add the partners, your coordinator will certainly ask you for the PIC code. PIC code is a code that allows to identify an organization among the European Commission services. And if you don't have this code, it can be easily created. So you will get the temporary PIC code that will be sufficient to submit the proposal. And then further, you will be able to confirm the status of your organization with the EC services, and you will be attributed the permanent PIC code. So when you go to the, so here you can see different screen prints on how to find the organization with the PIC code and how to register a proposal. And then when the proposal is registered, you will be able to download the Part B templates in modifiable format, to go to edit forms to fill in the administrative forms, and then work on your scientific proposal, so the Part B of your proposal. And when this Part B is ready, it will need to be put in PDF and uploaded here. And only after this, you will be able to submit your proposal. But again, most of this work will be done by the coordinator. So if you are not coordinator, you will be just asked to contribute to the proposal, and also probably to connect to fill in the A parts, the administrative forms that concern the information of your organization. But sometimes it is the coordinator who does it. So now a few words about the evaluation procedure. So the evaluation, once your proposal is submitted, there will be the evaluation process that will take about 5 months. And the evaluation is done by independent experts hired for this purpose by the European Commission. So each proposal will be evaluated by 3 evaluators and 1 rapporteur. And they will evaluate your proposal against 3 criteria, which are excellence, impact, and quality and efficiency of the implementation. Each criterion is scored out of 5. And then there is a ponderation, which is different among different criteria. And the application scoring equal or above 70% will be considered for funding but within the limit of available budget, which means that if your score is 70% or more, you will be on the ranking list, but actually to be funded, you should usually get at least 80%. And so here you can see the details of each of those 3 criteria. So it can be quite useful to read the detail of this criteria to understand what is expected in the proposal and to give you more a chance to prepare a competitive proposal. And you can see also that excellence weights 50%, impact 30%, and quality and efficiency of implementation 20%. So you can think that impact and quality and efficiency of implementation are less important than excellence, but yet together impact and implementation weight 50% of the final score. So my advice is not to neglect any of these criteria and to work thoroughly each of them to get a chance to be funded. So the good news is that the success rate of this call is quite interesting. So for the call 2022, it was 38.6%, so which is quite high compared to other MSCA actions. And here, so maybe this information could be interesting for you. You have some statistics concerning the participation of partners from different African countries in the MSCA Staff Exchanges 2022 calls, in the call of the previous year. So you can see that the country with the most of participation is Egypt, followed by Morocco, which is actually the most active. Then Kenya, which has quite great success rates, followed by Tunisia, Ghana, South Africa, and there are also some participation from Ethiopia and Senegal. So this is the information concerning the call of last year, which means that there can be other countries that certainly participated to the calls of previous years, and of course can participate to the calls of the next years. Here you can see the budget of the currently open call. So it is the call 2023 that opened the 5th of October and that will close the 28th of February 2024. And the budget of this call is 78.5 million euro, which is 8% more than the budget of the previous call. I almost finished, and just some additional advice, if I may. So please closely follow the call requirements if you decide to apply. Read carefully the reference document of the call. In your proposal, I would also advise you to emphasize the European dimension, which means that how your project will answer to different European priority in terms of research and innovation. Bet on the complementarity of your consortium. So typically for this call, I expected the proposals prepared by complementary consortia, by consortia including partners with different and complementary expertise, as you are supposed to learn from each other. There's supposed to be a transfer of knowledge. So it is important that your consortium members have complementary profiles. Another advice would be to discuss in advance all practical arrangements with your partners, such as, for example, budget or hosting arrangements or administrative procedures, to avoid delays linked to those to some problems linked to this. Also highlight in your proposal the benefit of the project for all participation organization and not only for researchers. Explain the added value of the mobility. So why do you need to have a mobility project and not just a collaborative project funded through some other call? Usually it is because you need to have some field work or to organize training with a different partners in some partners' place, or to make use of different infrastructure of different partners. Ask your peers for proofreading to improve the quality of your proposal. And finally, don't wait at the last moment to submit your proposal. So no delay in proposal submission will be accepted. And actually, you have a possibility to submit your proposal as many times as needed before the call deadline. And each new proposal submitted will delete the previous one. And finally, some information. So the 13th of November, there will be an online event that may interest you if you are interested by this action and if you need to find some new partners. So it will be the information session and brokerage event to help consortia to find partners for this MSCA Staff Exchanges call. So the registration is already opened. You have here a link on the top of the page, and you can register. And please if you do it, don't forget to describe your profile in the marketplace part of this site, which is very important to make your partner search work. And independently from this event, there is also a matchmaking platform. Precious already mentioned the matchmaking tool of the Euraccess site, but you can also use the tool of the MSCA.net platform to find partners. You have also here the link, and you can see here on the top the registration button, and you can also search through the profiles of people who are already registered on this platform. And I think my presentation is over now. I thank you for your attention. So here you can see the members of my team of the French NCP, our generic address to contact us if you have any questions. And also you can follow our LinkedIn page to see the different events that we organize and resources that we propose. So I'm afraid I was a bit late with the time dedicated to my presentation.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you very much, dear Virginia, for this nice presentation. I think there's a lot of useful information about MSCA Staff Exchange. So now we can start if there is some questions. So for participants, feel free, please, to raise your hand if you want to give us your questions. So we have with us Birhan, please, Birhan. We have also John.
Hello.
Hello. Present yourself, please.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yes. Yes. Please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. My name is
Professor Chukwemeka DG. I'm speaking from Kampala. I don't know.
Professor?
Am I allowed to go ahead?
Just one by one, please. Just to
okay,
in order to be able. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
please.
someone else is speaking?
Yes. Yes.
Or can I go ahead?
Yeah. Okay.
Can I go ahead or I wait?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Please, Birhan, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. My question is, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mukwanant Bran from Ethiopia. How I apply? I think the link. Could you share the link to apply, please? And another question related to this is, what are the thematic areas to prepare the project proposals? Special focuses, for instance, is it related to the 17 SDGs or any other else?
Okay, so yes, I will share my slides, so you will have all the links that I put in my slides. And then, so there are no specific topics, no thematics defined for this call. So you are absolutely free to choose the topic of your project in your research area. And then to apply, you need to have a consortium, as I already mentioned, a consortium composed of minimum 3 different legal entities based in 3 different countries, among which minimum 2 based in EU member states or associated countries. So typically you need to have minimum 2 partners based in 2 different either EU member states or associated countries. And you decide with your partners who will be the coordinator. And the coordinator will go to the site and apply and to register the proposal. And you define, you are absolutely free to define the topic of your project in your research area.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, please, Dr. Shukrimaka, DG.
Can I go ahead now?
Yes,
yeah,
please,
my first question has been answered when you mentioned the fact that, but the question now is, because I listened to the first presentation, we're talking about Eurosys Africa. How do we get these partners among the EU member states and the associated countries? Is there any way you can assist us to do that?
Yes,
or we have to do that ourselves?
Sure. Of course, the best way is to find these partners through your existing networks. So if you already have some contacts, some collaborations by participating, for example, to international conferences in your area, because it's always better to work with people that you already know. But yet, if you don't, you can also check the publications in your area and try to contact people that have the profiles that interest you and propose them to participate to this call. And finally, there are several platforms. So there is the Euraccess platform that was presented by Precious at the beginning of the webinar. And there is also the platform of the MSCA network that I presented in my presentation.
Yes.
And please participate to the event that will take place the 11th of November that is organized by the MSCA network. So this is actually the event where you will be able to ask for the virtual appointments with your potential partners and to have an online discussion with them to present your profile or your project idea and to integrate some consortia.
For this 11th November program, which is tomorrow, is there a link to register?
Yes, actually, you have the link from in my presentation, but I can also put you.
You can put it on the chat.
Sorry?
Can you put it on
yes,
the chat
yes,
so that we can get the link on the chat?
Yes, I will put it in the chat.
Okay. And then my last question is to Precious. You were asking us to register on the Eurosys Africa. So how do you help us as an institution if we register in this your platform? What assistance are you going to give us?
Oh, okay. Concerning search for partners.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Like I said, UXS is a network having a lot of researchers in it. So if you register as a partner or on the UXS partnership platform, or that you make yourself and your institution visible so that other researchers can find you. And you can also search for partners on this network. You understand? Because like I said, we are a network of researchers. So this is a pool of researchers. You find.
So once I register today, I can then search around and look for partners within your platform.
Yes.
Yeah, because there are 2 partners we need to get. We need to get some from the EU member states and from the associated countries. We can get a list from your platform.
Yes, you find other partners that have registered on our platform. So they will actually tell you who they are, what they do. So you have to read their review, know what they're into if it interests you. It's like a matchmaking. It's like we give you an opportunity to have a matchmaking.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So I will register on the platform. Then if I need further questions, how do I contact you, Precious? If I have further questions.
What?
Africa@youraccess.net. I will put the email.
Yes. Okay.
Africa.
I need to go. If I need to make further inquiries, how do I contact you?
It's there, africa@uxs.net. Have you seen it on the chat?
Africa@uxs.net. Okay. All right. So I will
Good.
send you a mail today, and then I will start the process, and then I wait to see what happens after.
I sent it to your WhatsApp.
Okay, that's nice, Chukwemeka.
Yeah, just check it. No worries.
Okay, thank you. So we have now John, please.
All right. Thank you very much for the presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Present yourself before, if you want.
Okay. So from Eugenia's presentation, Nigeria has comparatively a very low participation in the MSCA staff exchange for last year or for previous years. I don't know if there is a particular reason for this. That is my first question. And then secondly, as an academic staff in a Nigerian university with a project idea, can you summarize in steps how to go about assessing this MSCA staff exchange opportunity? I know you mentioned it, but I just want to summarize the step, because at times some of this information is lost in trying to explain how to go about finding your collaborators and partners and all of that. So just thank you. I think that's just all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Your mic.
You're muted.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you for these questions. And I can also see that there are in the chat the questions for tomorrow event. Actually, they will not, I didn't talk about the tomorrow event. There will be the event of 30 of November, and I just put a link in the chat. Can you see the link I put?
No, I've not seen the link on the chat.
Yes. I will repost the link. Yes.
Aha. Now I can see the link. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So, and now to answer to the question about how to, so just not sure I understood correctly. So your question is to how to concretely proceed to prepare a proposal starting from the project idea, right? Was your question about this, John? No. Sorry, so I misunderstood then.
Yes, what I meant was I already, as a staff, an academic staff in a Nigerian university,
yes,
that already has a project idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just summarize the steps, the basic steps on how to assess this MSCA staff exchange opportunity.
Okay, so if you are an academic staff on a permanent position in an Algerian university or some other academic institution, and you have a project idea, so the first step will be to find your project partners. So to find the project partners, you should either search in your existing collaborations, which will be, for me, the best way. Even if, for example, you don't have any partners in Europe, you may have partners in other African countries who may have partners in Europe. So start from your existing networks, and then the consortium will may be built. And you can also use the platforms that I just explained, either the platform of Euraccess that Precious presented, or either the MSCA net platform that I presented in my slides, or you can participate to the online brokerage event that will take place the 30th of November. Then once you have your consortium, you should write a proposal. Actually, if at the moment, if today you have no partners to participate to the 2023 call, it may be a bit late. So in this case, I would advise you still to participate to the brokerage event, and then you will be able to answer to the call of the next year, because actually the proposal is quite big. It's 34 pages, and it's also a competitive call. So to be competitive, you need to prepare a quality proposal, and you need to have time. So if for a moment you don't have any partners, I'm afraid it might be too late. Yeah, and then once you have your partners, you should have online discussions or meet your partners in some way, and to prepare your proposal. So you will have the proposal is structured in 3 parts as corresponding to 3 evaluation criteria. So we'll need to actually, if you download the template, you will see what is actually expected in the proposal, and you will be able to start working on it. Did I answer to your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So we have Elisabetta. Please, Elisabetta, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody from Rome at the moment. And sorry, my Zoom page is giving me some problems, so I cannot even activate my camera. Apologies for that.
No problem.
My question is not as an applicant, so you tell me, you stop me if I should rather inquire by email. I'm actually a EU consultant on African projects in Africa, programs in Africa. So this includes also assisting applicants to put together projects for calls for proposal, as well as being an actual assessor of calls for proposals. So I am quite ignorant of Horizon. So thank you, because today I could learn something more. And the reason for wanting to be on Zoom is because there are a number of entities in Europe interested in applying to Horizon. So the methodology is the same, and so I was eager to learn. So I would like to know if you are the staff actually providing technical assistance to applicants to put proposals together, whether you are yourself a technical facility funded by this pillar 1 of Horizon to assist with calls, or how does this setup work actually? And or do you have a database for consultants like me who know how to put together a project for call for proposals? Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So indeed, the national contact points role is to provide information and assistance to the applicants. But from one country to another, we are not all organized in the same way. And usually each national contact points provides assistance and information to its national community. So my clients would be the French researchers. So I will have the French researchers who want to participate to the Horizon Europe to prepare competitive proposals. And for this, we organize different webinars and provide different resources. What maybe I may actually advise you, Elisabetta, is that actually, so there is a network of the MSCA NCPs that we work together, and we also, in the framework of this network, we also prepare different resources, and among those resources there are the handbooks. The handbooks are actually the annotated guides for each of 4 MSCA actions. And if you are a consultant and you work with the applicants and you want to help them to prepare a proposal, for example, for staff exchanges action, the handbook for staff exchanges may be quite useful to you. So I will put the link in the chat so that you will be able to download those handbooks.
Okay, I think it's okay. Elisabetta, it's okay?
Yes, now, first of all, thank you, Eugenia. I'll have a look at that. But in the practical case, for example, I'm in particular a South African resident, and say that there is some universities in South Africa with some professors interested in partnering with a European country, right? So the practical question is, how do they put, there is a need for knowledge of how to put together a project for a call for proposal. So do you also act as a referral system to say to Professor so-and-so, like we have now the Ethiopian colleague online, the Nigerian colleague online, do they know to whom to go to get assistance to put a strong proposal together, or you do not provide this type of service? Thank you.
No, of course. Yes, actually, as I mentioned, we will provide this type of service to French proposers. Or, for example, if there is a consortium with a French coordinator and they have different partners, we will provide them advice for their project. But in most of countries, actually most of European and associated countries, not in all third countries, unfortunately, there are national contact points. And to my knowledge, there used to be a national contact point in the South Africa. I will send you the link to the portal where you can search for national contact points in different countries. And also today in European countries, in most of universities and research organizations, there are also European affairs departments with people, with staff dedicated to assist the applicants with answering to Horizon Europe proposal. And actually, if you have contact with different EU organizations, so you can already get in contact with their EU offices. If you work with, for example, some partners from African countries which collaborate with, for example, Italian universities or in any other EU country. And so these people can also, so just to find them, you just need to go, there are no, for the EU officer, there are no specific platform to find them. You just need to get in touch with some specific organization who is your partner. And usually if you're in contact with the researchers from this organization, they will be able to find their national offices. And I will probably let my Euraccess colleagues to complete about the assistance that is provided, that you provide to the applicants.
Yes, of course. For Euraccess Africa, we give a lot of services, and we organize some practical workshops, face-to-face and also online. And of course, we give a lot of technical assistance in how to draft a proposal under Horizon Europe in Pillar 1 and Pillar 2. So for organize this kind of events, we need to usually we receive requests from some universities and some laboratories, and after that we can just fix the dates, and after that we can move forward to co-organize the event and everything. So for 2024, actually, we are working for the work plan for 24, and we will have a lot of sessions and a lot of practical workshops in many countries in Africa, and also in online workshops. I think Precious also can give some other, you can add some information about our services as Euraccess Africa Hub.
So, like we said in our presentation, we are an information hub. So we provide lots of information and lots of awareness. We have practical workshops, like Ahmed have said. And concerning the national contact points, there are some in Africa. So there are some national contact, like I know Nigeria has a national contact points, and they'll be hosting a meeting sometime in December. So once that list is provided, check for your country national national contact points, they are the ones that provide that kind of service you were talking about. So yes, if it's a national contact point service where you have to meet somebody face to face to talk about proposal, yes, some of our countries have in Africa has those national contact points. As for UXS Africa, we can come to your event and give you information like this, or you attend our practical workshop and we show you hands-on how to do these things yourself. I don't know if that's answered your question.
Yes. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Precious. We move to the last question for today, and Mr. Tabu Lisebo, if you can activate your mic, please. I think there is a problem with the mic, so we move to just if there is some questions in Zoom. Precious, if you can just assist me in order to see. So.
Hello. Okay. Fine.
Someone is asking, are there any proposals that have been successful that can be shared? It may help to better understand the depth of requirement expected from the proposal.
Okay.
Okay. So I will take this question. Actually, we as MSCP, we don't have proposals that we can share because it's usually quite confidential, and laureates do not share they're not usually very willing to share their proposals with a large audience. But yet, if you know some project laureates, you can, for example, if you have some in the organization, or if you know some of them, you can ask. Sometimes they agree to share it with the people they know. And I actually planned in my presentation to show you some examples of staff exchanges project with African participants. So if I may, I can just shortly do it now.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So here is this project called Star Wars, which is about the use of AI-driven tools to data management for improved stormwater and wastewater management. And so here is a consortium which includes, it's coordinated by France. And so there are so there are both academic and non-academic institutions in European countries. And so you can see here the European partners. And there are also, for example, a University of Cape Town in South Africa, and University Sidi Mohammed Ben Abdallah in Morocco, which are the partners of this project. So if in case you know some people from those organizations, you can contact them. And there is another project example, which is a Psychomed project about psychiatric disorders and comorbidities caused by pollution in the Mediterranean area, which is also coordinated by a French academic organization. And there are partners, so both in different European countries, but also in Africa. There is Alexandria University in Egypt and University Sadi Ayad in Morocco. So also, in case you know them, you know some people from those universities, you can try to contact them. And also, I wanted to show you this site, which is cordiseuropa.eu. Then if you go to projects and results, you can search for different Horizon Europe projects by applying different filters. And for example, you can apply filters by country, for example, Algeria, And you will see different Horizon Europe projects with including partners from those countries. So here from Algeria, and then also if you go to the project page, so this is not an MSCA project, it's just another Horizon Europe project, and you can then see the partner organizations, identify them, and try to get in contact with them.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. It is nice. So, Cordis platform is a great platform, and there is a lot of information. We can consider some questions, Precious, if you want. There is a question related to UK, and can UK be considered as EU partner? So UK now considered as associate partner in Horizon Europe, associate country. And Precious, if you can just
what would you say
with-
is the most? What would you say
Please.
is the most common reason why most proposals don't make it to the funding stage? So the most popular reason for failure. Eugenia, are you there?
Yeah, excuse me. No, sorry, it cut some way. So can you please repeat your question?
Okay, so what would you say is the most common reason why most proposals don't make it to the funding stage?
Excuse me, but I still don't.
So as the question is, what would you say is the most common reason as to why most proposals do not make it to funding stage?
Well, there may be different reasons. Some of proposals are just not eligible because they do not respect the call rules. And then in the MSCA, I would say that a very common error is when people propose just a collaborative research project without training dimension. So this training dimension is very important. So it's very important to think about the training needs in the frame of your consortium and the concrete events that you will organize to stimulate this transfer of knowledge. So please pay attention to this part. Another, sometimes also, and even I would say quite often, researchers do not address well the impact part. Because it's maybe not as easy to address for the researchers as the excellent part where they will talk about their science. So in impact, you need to think about the results and how you will exploit it and how you will disseminate it. Sometimes it's difficult, and actually what it is expected something very concrete and very detailed in your proposal. So I would advise you, as you will anyway work with European partners, so they have dedicated offices to write the proposals, and they know how to address these impact related questions. And finally, I would say that it's important to be coherent. And for example, if you announce some objectives in your excellence part of the proposal, these should be present in your work plan. So there should be work packages linked to your objectives with concrete actions and deliverables that will allow you to further monitor the progress of your work and of your project.
Yes, exactly. So we have another question. If we have an existing funding and staff mobility funded by EU, for example, Erasmus Plus, can we still apply for MSCA staff exchange? Of course, yes. Yes, of course. Yeah, we can. So I think, Precious, there is another one, or?
We can hear you.
Yes, just I see, sorry, I missed some points of presentation due to internet instability. So it's possible to develop a proposal as individual or should be as organization? Yeah, for this call, it should be as an organization, because for MSCA Staff Exchange, we can't write as an individual, but for MSCA individual fellowships, you can write as an individual, okay? For this call topic, no, you should participate with your organization. So that's why. So I think we come to the end to this webinar, and I just to say some words. Eugenia, if you can add some words in order to finish the webinars.
Of course, yes, thank you. So thank you for your interest. I hope that I brought some useful information, and that maybe I managed to interest you by this action. So this action is actually quite attractive for several reasons. So it's a bottom-up action, so you are absolutely free to choose your research topic to apply. It has attractive success rate, and it is actually the action that is designed to for international consortia to have partners from third countries. So you are more than welcome to participate in it, so please don't hesitate. The success rates are quite interesting, and also, yeah, I would say that don't hesitate to ask for help. Ask your access or your national contact points or your European partners support services to help you in this adventure if you decide to apply.
Thank you very much for this nice presentation and all useful information for today. So Precious, the final word.
I would like to say thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you so much, Engineer, for being here and for such an informative session. So we hope you all get on board, get on the UXS platform so you don't miss events and information like this. And also, I wish you the very best as you participate in this MSCA Staff Exchange call. Until we see another
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So just to mention that the recording video for this webinar, it will be available on your Access website, as well as slides, and you will receive a certificate of attendance for today. So for me, just the last word: be proactive, be connected, and try. You will have, of course, you will win a project if you should just try first time, second time, and for third time you will win and will succeed. So we come to the end, and we can say bye bye.